Justin here from TechTeachingTips.com, helping teachers find the best technology resources without breaking the bank or wasting time. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up your Zoom and how I set up my office space and my workflow to make it easier for you when you're teaching a class. Tech Teaching Tips, helping teachers find the best technology resources without breaking the bank or wasting time. Okay, so you can see what I've got set up here on my desktop. I highly recommend two monitors. Two monitors would be the way to go, just because it's easier with the workflow when you start getting a lot of applications open, and it's just a lot more workspace that you have available for you. So you can see what I've got set up here on my desktop. I've got my Zoom stuff over here. You can see I've got my presenter view right here set up. And on this other screen I'm sharing the entire screen so that the kids can see exactly what is going on, and I don't have to minimize that and make it smaller. But I've got my presenter view over here. I've got my screen here with all my participants. I've got my chat window, and I've got my participants window. Now, let me show you how I get this set up from the beginning. So once I've got my Zoom meeting open and I've got participants in here, the first thing I'm going to do to get started is I'm going to click on the participants, and it'll bring up my pop-out window right here, but you can see it's all attached. So I go to this little arrow right here and I click pop out, and that will pop out from the meeting itself. And then I'm going to hit chat, and you can see the same thing. It attaches to the window, so I'm going to hit pop out. And I like to keep my chat up here where I can monitor it if you use the chat function. Okay. There's those two windows. Then I'm going to go over here to my slides presentation, and I'm going to hit presenter view, and it'll pop up right here, and I'll just bring that over here on my other screen. Now, if you're working with a screen on your left, mine is on my right because of the way my office is set up. You could switch this to the left side of the screen very easily. So I've got my participants here, my chat here, my presenter window, and over here I've got my slides presentation ready to go. Then I can monitor the chat window while things are going on in class. I can monitor the participants that might be coming in and out, if you're starting class and you've got your waiting room set up. And then when you go to share your screen, click share screen. I'm going to share my entire second screen over here. And then you'll get this pop-out window here. Now, I've only got one participant in here, so my pop-out window is not very big, but you can see you can make this smaller or bigger. So I just like to put that up here next to the chat. And then you've got this bar that kind of hangs out everywhere. I just like to put that right below my window with all my camera view of all my participants. And that way I have access to muting my microphone. I've got access to stopping my video, pausing my share, new share. I've got it all right here ready to go right in front of me. And then all I've got to do is go through my presentation just like that. Let's talk hardware for a second. If you're like me, you've probably got a large desk space set up in your office area. I have dual monitors. I have a document camera. I have an L-shaped desk over here. Mine is on the right. Just because the way of my office space is set up, I don't really have room on my left if I want to get in and out of my office. So mine has to be on my right. So I've got a workflow set up here where I can just move one way or the other. Now, the easiest thing for me to do is I have my keyboard here in front of me, as you can see, because this is where I'm going to do most of my presenting. It's where my webcam is. But there are times where I have to use my document camera, and I'm doing projects on my document camera, and I have to turn to the side here. So when I'm sharing my document camera, new share, content from second camera, I'm going to share that. And there's my document camera set up right here. I can zoom out, I can zoom in, I can do all of that stuff. So if I'm sharing from my document camera over here, I have to turn to the right. And that presents a problem for me because if I want to use the mouse, I have to turn back over here, and it can kind of be a little difficult if I'm trying to present and I'm trying to reach over here. So what I recommend, and it works for me, super quick, super easy, is just to get another wireless mouse. These are not super expensive. Check out my links in the description below. This is just a basic wireless mouse with a button for switching how fast the laser moves, the DPI. And that way I've got this set up over here, and I've got it turned on, plugged in. So if I'm facing this way, I've got my keyboard, I've got my mouse, but sometimes I'm over here and I need to be able to just click on a participant, maybe unmute them or stop their video or whatever the case may be. I can control my slides over here while I'm presenting. Whatever I need to do without having to reach back over here to use my mouse, or without having to twist a whole lot. And this will work if you're on the left side too. You can have a mouse over here. I recommend using a dual monitor setup, and for really inexpensive, just get an extra wireless mouse. Makes sense for me when I'm presenting stuff. Sometimes I use my iPad and I don't have room to put it here. So maybe I'll set my iPad over here. I'll share my iPad screen, and then I've got my mouse here next to my iPad where I can have two things going on at once. I know it might seem like overkill, but trust me, if you're like me, you're constantly reaching for your mouse, and I'm always in need of moving something around while I'm teaching or while I'm working or presenting over here. And it just makes it easier for me in my workflow because I waste less time, and I didn't break the bank buying this little wireless mouse. If you like what you see in this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment below.